How's everyone doing, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, today's video it's going to be about the smoking ban, and tobacco now is worth a lot more than spice and stuff, right? Normally everyone's like, oh, you're smashing it on the spice and everything to the lads that are in jail and stuff, because obviously spice, which is a new psychoactive substance, is big business in prison. But because of the smoking ban and stuff, I'm hearing about 100 quid for an ounce for an Oz. Serious, man, that's big money. But now you're getting, people are buying roll-ups, 3 roll-ups, right, of tobacco burn, right, for a tenner, right? So yeah, I mean, it's all fucking going on, man. It's all big business and stuff, like I say. With a smoking ban, people seem to be under the illusion that if you ban something in prison, that it disappears, it goes missing, it's not available. Oh, it's still available, just means the prices go up, people get fat and rich. This is the thing, the Ministry of Justice are clueless, guys, right? They ban smoking, which is going to cause major disorder across the prison system. It's going to, when you're in prison, guys, right, for those that don't know, I'm speaking to people that don't know, a lot of you do know, but for those that don't, when you're in prison and you get something on take or you borrow something, you have to pay double back. It's called double bubble, right? So if you borrow a quarter, right, you got to pay half ounce. If you borrow a half ounce, you got to pay an ounce, so on and so forth, right? It goes on. So all that's going to happen with a smoking ban, like I've said to you, I've alluded to this in different videos and stuff, all it means is the price goes up, right? Because it's not as readily available. But when it is available, because it's down to supply and demand, right, you can charge a premium. And like I said, I've heard of ounces going for 100 quid plus. 3 burns for a tenner, right? And they're skinny little drawn out burns, yeah. Tobacco's big business, guys. Tobaccos have been used in prisons for centuries, right? It's a coping mechanism, it's a stress relief, and it's also currency within prison as well. So by banning it, all that it means, guys, it goes underground, the prices go up, and then debt will increase, and so will violent beatings, because if you don't pay, you've got some ruthless lads in prison where if you say, oh, you'll give it on Tuesday or Thursday when the canteens come over, or Wednesday or whatever day your canteen comes over, and you don't pay it, they'll just get you in a panel, fucking hammer you. Other lads will just double it, and it'll spiral out of control, and eventually you just end up getting a fucking beating. Drug debts and tobacco debts now, a big business within prison. People sell the debts on as well to other inmates and stuff. Goes on, guys. Prisons are very lawless, violent places and stuff. But yeah, like I say, burn them, man. 3 rollies for a tenner, 3 skinny rollies for a tenner. Big business, guys. Like I say, you're going to see violence across the board, because if tobacco gets intercepted, like parcels and stuff coming in, it's going to cause big problems within prison and stuff, because like I say, it's a coping mechanism, it's a stress relief, it's a de-stressor, it's currency, and I can see people smoking spice raw or smoking it through bongs. Like I say, tobacco debts in general within prison, double bubble, beatings are going to go up. Violence, because smoking's been banned as well within prison, that's a very dangerous thing as well, because the Ministry of Justice have got, like, they seem to want the prison system to explode into violence, because I don't understand otherwise why they would ban smoking. You've got smoking wings in prison, you've got non-smoking wings, you've got mixed where you've got smokers and non-smokers. I've been padded up with a smoker, and I've been padded up with non-smokers, and I've been in single cell restriction as well, when I was placed as high risk and stuff. So yeah, I know how things work and stuff like that. But I'm interested to know from you guys, what do you make of the smoking ban? What do you make of debts within prison, drug debts, tobacco debts? What do you make of now tobacco's worth more than spice? Spice is more addictive. Tobacco's obviously very addictive as well, because, like I say, addiction's a big thing within prison. Some people are going into prison having never taken drugs in their life and are leaving as drug addicts, or worse, guys, in body bags. That's just a harsh reality of prison and stuff. People take drugs in prison for many different reasons. Some are bullied into it, some are spiked, it goes on, which I don't agree with in any way, shape or form. I think you should never spike somebody, I think it's disgusting. But prison's lawless, man. People do what they want for a buzz or just for a laugh, or they'll say, oh, look, you owe me money for this, for burn. Here, smoke this. The kid thinks he's smoking a spliff or weed or whatever, and it's not. It's laced with spice and stuff. There's a kid from Salford up here. He took spice for the first time inside. and he died. They brought him back to life, and now he's in a vegetable state. He's mentally handicapped for the rest of his life, I believe. He's 20-year-old on a short sentence. Ridiculous, guys. Short sentences should be fucked off, to be honest with you, but they're not. Like I say, prisons, like I say, guys, everyone does a bit of this and a bit of that to survive. Some are more outspoken than others. Some people have got their hands in, like, fingers in pies more than others and stuff. And like I say, I'm not blowing the lads up. The screws know what's going on. The lads know what's going on. Everyone knows what's going on. It's just prison, innit? You've got to do a bit of this and that to survive, whether you're doing it on a small scale or a big scale. It's all supply and demand, right? If you're selling spice on a wing, right, you won't be taking, some lads will take spice, some won't, but they'll be selling it. So when they're selling it, right, what's happening is, obviously, if you're the only person on a wing with spice, right, you can charge top dollar and literally get yourself into like an auction sort of thing where, oh no, I'll give you more than him. No, fuck it, I'll double that. And because they're that desperate to get their hands on the spice. So the dealer's just looking, thinking, fucking hell, he's offered me this, he's offered me that, and you can play them all off against each other and stuff. And then someone will say, nah, listen, I'll give you more than them. So like they're all outbidding each other because, like I say, it's supply and demand, innit? But if you've got 3 or 4 lads on a wing that have got spice and are packing, right, whether it's tobacco or spice, right, and you start charging top dollar, people are going to undercut you, and then the users will, the guys that want the drugs or the burn, will go to them, won't they? Like I say, people are not stupid, are they? They might be cons and stuff, and people might think, oh, well, you're in prison, you're thick. People in prison are far from thick. Very switched on, very organised, very one step ahead of the screws in every regard. With fewer prison officers, guys, right? The lads are flourishing inside, like people are prospering. Like I say, I'm for prisoners personally. I obviously do interviews with the media and stuff on prison issues and prison reform and stuff, trying to bring reform to the prison system for everybody across the board, prisoners, families, prison officers, everyone that's involved, to be honest with you. But yeah, like I say, it's all big business and stuff, and the screws know what go on, the lads know what go on. But yeah, the people in prison, you might think, oh, well, they got caught, they're thick. Like, they might have got caught for one crime, but for the one crime they've been caught for, they got away with 50. They're far from stupid. You've got constricts, which I'll never... I know constricts and stuff, but I'm not going to divulge them. Because obviously you don't want to let the screws onto what we get up to and stuff. Fucking people fishing and lions and all that sort of stuff, man. But yeah, just because they're in prison, they're far from stupid. Very switched on individuals. Some of them have got entrepreneurial like ideas and stuff. There's a lot of decent lads in prison. I know that might sound mad to people that have never been in prison and don't know about prison, but that's just the reality, guys. People in prison are very, very switched on, and it's come through time. We weren't academic in school. I wasn't anyway. A lot of you might be, a lot of you might not be. I wasn't academic in school, but I know my crime and I know my prisons, and that's just the way it is. But with burn and stuff like that, by banning burn and smoking within prisons is a big. It's lit the fuse of the powder keg of prisons has been there forever and a day. To me personally, the only way that reform's going to come to the prison system as it stands now is another Strangeways riot like we had here in Manchester back in 1990, which is still Britain's longest ever prison riot and stuff. That's the only way that prison reform and change is going to come at the moment. Now, I'm not obviously telling people to riot because that would be it'd be unlawful for me to incite that. Plus, I hope it doesn't come to that as well. So yeah, but it's just the reality of prison, guys. And like I say, with the smoking ban and everything, and all it's going to mean is debts will go up, people getting rich off tobacco and spice and everything. Because if you're smuggling, if you go to prison packing a load of tobacco, or you've copped for a load of fucking tobacco on a visit, right? How really big is the punishment going to be for the governor when you get an adjudication or a nicking? It's not going to be that big, is it? So the risk the reward outweighs the risk massively. Wow, you might get an extra couple of days. You know what I mean? Smoke, it's a ridiculous fucking thing. I think it's a breach of people's human rights. If they want to choose to smoke, that's their God-given right. Like I say, I don't smoke personally, but I can understand why people do. Well, it's well known within prison, if you're stressed, you will smoke more. And like I say, when you've got things on tick and stuff, some people in prison are on their arse, some people are working, some people are getting money sent in. Some people are doing a bit of this and that in prison and earning very good money and stuff like that. It goes on, guys. Right, guys, I'm going to leave this video here. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Alright, guys, speak to you later. Bye.